their political agenda on the heels of that tragedy. And what they were talking about the night of the shooting was trying to get Congress to move a bill that had passed the House, a gun control bill, H.R. 8, that would have had absolutely nothing to do with the shooting, instead of focusing on some fundamental questions that ought to be asked every time there's a tragedy in this country. Why did it happen? And are there things we can do to prevent it? And I go back to September 11th, because on that tragic day, the country made a clear realization that dots weren't being connected. Terrorist attacks were happening, and the country didn't have the right focus on the fundamental core problems that were creating those attacks. And airplanes were used that day as the weapon to kill thousands of people and to inflict terror on our country. There wasn't a conversation about banning airplanes. There was a conversation about connecting the dots. How can we try to figure out if there are signs we can see to stop the next attack from happening?
Where to begin there? Next week, by the way, Joe, marks...
Oh, my God.
5 years next week, Joe. Scalise was critically injured, almost died in a mass shooting during practice for the congressional baseball game. But so we've heard prairie dogs, and we've heard varmints, and we've heard feral pigs, and we've heard what about Hunter Biden, and now we have, well, why didn't we ban planes after 9/11?
This is unspeakably stupid.
This really is. And for people who really aren't familiar with constitutional law and they don't understand the law behind the Second Amendment and the case law, 2 centuries of case law, which really was fairly quiet until I believe it was 2008 with Heller. You don't understand that when these Republicans are talking and saying, like Jim Jordan said on the House floor, that it was destroying the Second Amendment, these bills would destroy. This is like this. If you understand the law, this is like dialogue out of Dumb and Dumber. This is Lloyd Christmas, gentleman lawyer. Like, these arguments are insane. And Jonathan Lemire, I hear the arguments from Steve Scalise.
He thinks people are stupid.
They didn't ban airplanes. Well, I'll tell you what they did do. But he knows this. They all know this. TSA regulated the hell out of air travel. So you had to take your shoes off. You had to go through four greater screenings. I mean, everybody remembers after 9/11, you would get checked going into the airport. You would get checked going through TSA. You would get checked at the gate. Like, you would get patted down. You're still getting patted down. Liquids, Mika and I just traveled, liquids taken out, even, how many years? 21 years later, of our bags in one airport. And all thrown out, separated. They checked them. I mean, they have so hyper-regulated air travel to stop another 9/11, and guess what? It's worked. So I guess what Steve Scalise is telling us is he's totally fine with a hyper-regulation of guns, because if his model really is 9/11, there are a lot of progressives that would say, bring it on. That'd be a little too much for me. I mean, hey, why don't we just do universal background checks that 90% of Americans support? Why don't we just raise the age limit from 18 to 21 for weapons of war and more highly regulate those weapons of war, who can buy them, how they're stored, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But again, it's like Lloyd Christmas goes to Congress. Every argument from these Republicans dumber than the last.
They didn't ban airplanes, but they made it a lot harder to endanger someone on an airplane. And that's the point of this. They're not going to ban guns either. They're going to make it harder to endanger someone with them. And let's remember, it was Richard Reed, actually, was the attempted shoe bomber a few months after 9/11. It was one incident of one guy trying to blow up something with his shoes. And since then, every single person who stepped foot on an airplane has had to take off their shoes. One incident. We, of course, had, sadly, hundreds of mass shootings this year alone. But certainly what we heard from Scalise yesterday is further Republican fog machine, just trying to deflect, trying to distract. There's certainly polling suggests that a large percentage of Americans are not with them on this. And now it's a question of what can happen in the Senate. And certainly the House passed a series of bills last night, 6 in total, with some sweeping restrictions. Those, of course, none of them will become law. But there are efforts there in the Senate where they think some things can get done. Talks have stalled a little bit. There is some optimism, both sides, that eventually this will get done. Likely not this week, probably spill into next. And there is that ticking clock. They fear the longer this drags on, momentum will fade. Before you know it, we'll be at the July 4th recess for Congress, and then it's campaign season. So there is an urgency to get something done. They still believe it will, but aides to the process told me last night it's still focused largely on small measures, expanding background checks a little, red flags, better than nothing, Mika, but still incremental.